show where they know sports. If you wanna know about sports, this is where you go. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show where they know sports. If you wanna know about sports, this is where you go.
First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah. 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 Touchdown, yeah. Touchdown, yeah. Touchdown, yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. Oh, you damn right.
Why are you even speaking? Needless to say, somebody is in a very giddy, fantastic mood, and he's even clean shaven for this, folks. Something happened today in the city that I reside in, as somebody told me, damn it, I want to wake up, and I don't want to hear about no interim stuff anymore. So,
No, not at all.
So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to let my co-host go in his feelings and express himself on what him and the rest of Raider Nation might feel. So I'm going to shut myself up now and let Mizzle take over.
Well, Raider Nation is very, very happy right now because, as we have been stating long, when he took over and the season ended, this fan base was united. The locker room was united. We had the feeling that Mark wasn't going to do this again. Excuse me. I mean, I was nervous. The process took forever, but Mark has done the right thing times two. The first thing was firing McDaniels, getting rid of that nincompoop because he was taking the team to the wrong direction. We don't have to dwell on that any longer, but we're not talking about that guy. We're talking about AP, who deserved this moment. My God, the moment that he took the interim job, that press conference, we said it. He was ready. Born Raiders, we know the accolades. We know everything else. We know what he's done. He turned this whole culture around. I don't have too much to say. I'm just ecstatic. I'm very happy. The players are happy. It's a great day for Raider football. What a good job of Mark to get this done before the playoffs started. Okay, what a great move. That's just the Raider way to announce something like that before everybody else. The attention is all on these games and stuff like that. Just tremendous. Now the only thing I'm waiting for is them to take the tag off Champ Kelly. I think that either Champ Kelly is going to be the GM or he's going to be the leader of football operations. If I believe Dobbs and Kelly are all going to be working together. I think the reason why they haven't announced it yet is because they're trying to find the role for Kelly and Dobbs. So don't be shocked if you see Kelly gets football operations, which I'm okay with that because that means that they have to answer to him. His smart mind. We clearly said that he wanted CJ Stroud, and McDumbass vetoed that trade up to go get him. I'm not going to dwell on that anymore, but the organization is going in the right direction. The culture is there. I mean, we're about to be all black everything. The president is African-American. The head coach is African-American. And pretty soon that hopefully either he'll be the VP of operation of football or he'll be the general manager is an African-American. All black, everything. And if you're a Raider fan, you're not shocked by this move. the Raiders have broken down barriers since they've been in the league. Al Davis has been a maverick, breaking barriers, being the first of everything. So Raider fans and Raider Nation is not shocked at this move and not where we're going. The future looks bright. I mean, you can look at D'Amico Ryans. You can look at Dan Campbell, former NFL players, Mike Vrabel, who got jobs, have done well. Just give AP time. Give him the 3 years. Give him an OC. Do what you got to do to get Graham back. This is about to be spectacular. And I'm just happy about that. So we can get on to the Mizzle and Dub show. I'm not trying to hold on to the show. I said I just want a few minutes, but it's a good day to be a Raider fan. I have not been ecstatic like this since we traded for Tay. I have not been this excited when Randy Moss came, and every time my feelings got broke when I got this excited. But I think this team, depending on who they get the OC, and also bringing in Marvin Lewis, you got Coughlin in his ear. Shit's going to change. And I don't expect too much in year one, but if they could continue what they picked off after this year one might be – Antonio Pierce might be a coach of the year if he does what I'm thinking that this organization can go. I'm foreshadowing, I know. We still got plenty of football to go now, and we still got to see the draft, who his staff is, what free agents are going to be brought in. But I guarantee you this now. If Vegas wasn't a destination now, it is now. Players look at what organizations do and how they transcend. Players see that locker room is friendly now. It's not Jack came out and said it's a breath of fresh air with the Raiders media because in New England, they told him to leave. They appointed who talks to the media. In Vegas, they don't care. If you want to talk, go ahead and talk. So it's a new beginning. And the introduction that they did for Coach Pierce, because when he took over the coaching job, he was still in his linebacker's office. He didn't go up to the big office. He said he has to earn the big office. So if you've seen the video that I posted on Facebook, him walking in the forces because he means business. Anybody knows when you got on the black forces, stand on business. Of him walking into the big office and telling Raider Nation to stand up. Damn it, I got goosebumps and I'm already ready. I don't give a damn about the playoffs now. Let's just get to next year. I'm ready. The players are ready. So, with that said, welcome to the Mizzle and Dub show. Thank you for having my moment to celebrate our coach and the good things coming. But I'm going to put this in the hands of my co-host to guide us through the rest of the show. But Raiders, let's go.
I mean, heck, we can end the show right now and call it a night.
No, we can't give the people 8 minutes.
Hey, it's our show. We can do whatever the heck we want. Just to piggyback real quick. Yes, hiring Marvin Lewis to be your assistant head coach is huge. Obviously the two big arrows they have to cross now. Obviously, if Champ stays on as GM or gets promoted, obviously is one, find a well-respected name to run your offense and to convince Patrick Graham to stay because, I mean, here's something I looked at earlier, which is mind-boggling. When you look at the 8 games under McDumbass and the 9 games under Antonio Pierce, the Raiders averaged 15 points scoring, gave up 25. When Pierce came in, I think they averaged 23, gave up 16. So you gave up 9 points, gave up 9 points less than what you're giving up when you had the original tandem in the offense.
What the fuck is this? I'm sorry I put that there, Dub. I didn't even read that. We're gonna get whoever you are. We don't promote that on this show. Please don't ever come on the show and talk about my brother like that again. We don't promote that. That's blasphemy and stupidity. Whoever you are, we don't want that. And my brother, I apologize. I should have screened that a little bit better.
Hey, I mean, some people just have no
Who the fuck is that?
Don't know. Never heard of that person.
Yeah, 100% true. Don't ever comment on our show again unless it's something positive towards what we're talking about or something that's, don't do that. No.
Anyhow, obviously convincing Patrick Graham to stay as DC, because obviously once he went from the field to the booth, obviously he got the defense played a lot better, and as you can see, they gave up 16 points per game and pitched a couple of shutouts. But I really think in Pierce's case, the game was won for him when they won on Christmas Day in Kansas City, holding the Chiefs to 14 points. And I think you and I both said in that particular game, he's won the job. Now, obviously, they had to do their due diligence. They had to fulfill the obligations of the Rooney Rule. They did that, hence why the tag is taken off. So, like I said, it's not like AP has not been preparing for this moment, because first off, he was a head coach at a very prestigious program coaching Long Beach Poly, which has put out some fantastic NFL players, Deshaun Jackson being one of those guys. So he coaches that program. Then, of course, he learned underneath Marvin Lewis and Herman Edwards in Tempe at ASU before he got his job as linebackers coach with the Raiders. And obviously, when he took over the interim job, he was not scared of the moment.
No.
And obviously, he embraced the moment, and thus, here we are with that. So, I'm not going to say they're going to contend for the division in 2024, but they can dang sure contend for a wild card spot in 2024. That's for certain. So,
I'll say this. There's also been rumors that, at the end of the year, Andy Reid is considered retirement. You don't know what's going on in Inglewood. You also don't know what's going on in with the Elways. So, depending on what happens with Andy Reid, the division could take a big shift.
Yeah,
and Crowns, welcome. Appreciate you joining in on this and tapping in, sir.
What's going on, Hammer?
Yes, indeed.
I'm pretty sure Hammer is ready for us Sunday to see if Reagan Mayfield shows back up again for his beloved Buccaneers, as they will take on a very tough crowd in the Detroit Lions. But like I said, and JP asked me this question when I was on the Joffos. Again, shout out to our good friends, the All-Pro Joffos, Matt Sticks, JP, and Country K. But JP asked me,
I couldn't join. I was being a family man.
Bucks by 20. Well, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Wow.
But he asked me what was the feeling out here amongst Raider Nation. I said, well, this is the first time the fan base has been united probably since the early 2000s when they were winning 3 straight AFC West division titles. It's probably the last time this fan base was united.
Was the last time we were united. And then the moment that we turned on Del Rio is when he had Carr out there in a useless garbage time, and that's when he got his leg broke. But the nation was united when Del Rio was the head coach, because Crabtree was out there. The tree was out there just snatching every damn thing. Carr was having the MVP season. The defense was flying around. So that was about the last time that the Raider Nation was united. So this feels different, though. This is special. It's almost this could have been the feeling if Bisaccia would have got signed. But things always work for a reason. Maybe the football guys, maybe Bisaccia wasn't ready to be the head coach. But this man right here, right now, he's ready. He's ready. I've never seen so much. And as we always say, and it's a cliche, I get it, but the NFL is good when the silver and black is winning. It's good for the money purposes, and it's good for the NFL. When the Raiders are winning, it's just, you see what we do when we're losing. Imagine when we get relevant again. And I guarantee you this right now. There will be no more fans taking over Allegiant. It will be a blackout all next year. And if they start winning, better believe it. That will be, it won't be Oakland. Don't get me wrong. You can never replicate what happened in Oakland. That's never going to happen. But I guarantee you will see less different opposing jerseys in that stadium now that AP has taken over. The fans have spoken. Mark has listened. And now let's ride. Let's ride.
Well, he will continue to be riding in. He will be continuing to be riding in his 6-4. But real quickly before we preview the divisional playoffs, there might have been an NBA Finals preview that took place tonight on the parquet floor in Boston, Massachusetts, as the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics put on a fantastic display of basketball.
Oh my goodness, yes they did.
It was back and forth, but at the end of the day, the Nuggets by a bucket get the win, and the Celtics suffer their first loss on the parquet floor of the season with a 102-100 victory. As Tatum just came up short at the buzzer, but the two-man game of Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic was just fantastic. Murray led the way with 35. Joker had 34. And oh, by the way, he was one assist shy of doing what he does, which is walk out the bench and get a triple-double. But he had 35. He had 34. Porter had 13. For the Celtics, balance scoring. Tatum had 22. Porzingis had 21. White had 24. Brown had 13. But, I mean, I will take this in a 7-game series if my team doesn't make it. I will take a Nuggets-Celtics finals just from a fan standpoint of just watching basketball.
No.
I'm not speaking for you. I'm not speaking for you.
I'll take a Sixer Nuggets appearance if it's not, like you said, our first, well, the Warriors. But no. Fuck Boston. Sorry, I can't do it.
Again, I wasn't speaking for you. I was just saying for me.
I know. I'm just cleaning up the garbage that you're saying. That's all.
Well, I mean, but nonetheless,
true Sixer fans, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong. Now, why? Okay, but nonetheless, speaking of Philly, they also play tonight. As I'm trying to get my voice back together, but the Sixers did indeed play a game, and once again, Joel Embiid showed off his dominance and showed why he is the reigning MVP in the league.
Yes, indeed.
As Philly beat a very good Orlando team. As I might need a cough drop, but
take your time, brother. It's all right. It's all right. Take your time, brother.
But the Sixers beat the Magic 124-109. As Philly goes to 27-13 on the season. As Embiid and Maxey each score over 30. Embiid had 36, Maxey had 32, Oubre 15, Harris with 12, and Morris had 10 off the bench. As Orlando's now starting to leak a little bit of oil, but
they'll get together.
76ers get a big win, which helps their cause in the Eastern Conference, which puts them in third, still behind Milwaukee and Boston, respectively. But the two-man game between Maxey and Embiid is playing very nicely.
Indeed, I love it. I mean, I can't complain about them two. The only thing that I can say I'm kind of glad Harden was there to tutelage Maxey, because since Maxey went under his wing, the young man has been playing outstanding basketball. I mean, he was already going to be a stud. I figured that out the moment we drafted him out of Kentucky. But just to see him grow each year, and now the ceiling is just so high for him right now. I mean, you already know what I've been saying, even with trade rumors, the one person they better not trade is Maxey, because we already knew Embiid ain't going nowhere. I mean, he's a staple point of this whole franchise and organization. But do not ever put Tyrese Maxey in any trade talks. It'll be one flight that I do not want to take to Philadelphia to talk to that organization. Damn it.
Well, although speaking of which, though, now that you've kind of mentioned it, that would be a great display of two-man game versus two-man game if it was Embiid and Maxey versus Murray and the Joker in the finals. Just to think about it.
Yeah, I would love it. I mean, we got the preview just the other day. It was a tremendous game. Embiid just showed you that he's just, when he decides, see how I feel, and I'm glad I got a little bit of something in my cup to wash this filth out my mouth when I'm about to say this. You see when Embiid decides he wants to be dominant, he's an unstoppable force. He'll shoot the three. I mean, the man is doing jab steps. He's doing it I can't think of the correct term what I'm saying right now, but he's jab stepping, he's Euro stepping. He's hitting the fadeaway. He's doing the you know what I'm saying? He's more like a guard. Now, just imagine if LeBron James, I know LeBron James is older and is getting up there longer than the tooth, but he just imagine if LeBron can take over a game just like Embiid can. That's what I'm just getting at. You know, if LeBron decides, and he has shown it. And hello, welcome to the show. Welcome back. We appreciate it. But just think of it.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
I'm just
Welcome
saying,
back, Brian.
LeBron can be just like how Embiid does. When they decide to get dominant, they're unstoppable. You're either going to foul them, or they're just going to score on you, or they get 3-point plays. So Embiid just got to stay healthy. That's all I ask for.
You're not wrong on that. You're not wrong on that at all. Just to go through the rest of the night in the association on this Friday, to go through the scores, and cheers to you too. Welcome. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate you.
Hey,
all right,
you go.
Go through the rest of the action here on this Friday night.
To you.
Hornets beat the Spurs 124-120. The Hawks spoil the night of Udonis Haslem as Udonis Haslem gets his number 40 raise in the rafters in Miami. The Hawks beat the Heat 109-108, but Jaffo family, what's happening? Welcome.
I tried to get on the show tonight, man, but I had wifely duties. So next time.
Suns beat the Pelicans 123-109. Blazers beat the Pacers 118-115. And something to make Maverick smile, the Brooklyn Nets go into Los Angeles and beat the Lakers 130.
Really?
Yes. 130-112. Brooklyn goes into Staples as Cam Thomas scores 33.
That's great. That's great. And I hope you're watching this, Laker fans, because yes, I just laughed at your team. That's awesome.
So yeah, there's that. And also tonight, the Warriors were supposed to play the Mavericks, but obviously that game got postponed due to the tragic loss of
thank you,
Coach Coach D being passed away, 46 years old, too damn young.
Too damn young.
On the road trip, Coach Dijon Milicic was with the team having team dinner, had a heart attack, passed away, which is why the Warriors did not play in Utah against the Jazz and why the game against the Mavericks will be rescheduled. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers to the whole Warriors organization, to Coach D's family, and of course the Warriors players and coaches. Like I said, 46 years old is just too damn young to die, and
Yes.
and just prayers and thoughts. And Brian, prayers to you in your recovery. Pray that you find your healing as you go through whatever
Indeed.
you're going through. But yeah, and also Pascal Siakam to the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers giving Toronto Bruce Brown Jr. and 3 number 1 draft picks. I mean, Siakam is a very good player. A huge contributor to the Raptors 2019 team that won the title in 2019. But now, you have heard me say this so many times. You do not give up the farm for one guy. And I felt like the Pacers gave up too much for one guy. Now, granted, still, yes, the Raptors still have to hit on those draft picks because, I mean, you know, it's not opposed to giving up 3 first-round picks if you're the NFL because the NFL draft is a lot more hit than the NBA draft, given how the NBA draft is not what it used to be.
Well, they could also use those picks for trade compensation.
Yes, they can. Which the trade deadline is coming up soon down the road. But anyhow, how do you feel about Siakam to the Pacers?
I don't like that Toronto traded within the conference because he still has to play my Sixers. I'm not happy about that. And him and Halliburton is going to be very entertaining to see. I am intrigued to see how them two are going to play with each other. I mean, that's. I didn't like it. And again, when the trade happened, I text you saying that they gave up too much to get him, but I understand they're trying to put themselves above. I still don't think they're in the top 5 with the trade. I mean, you know, you got Boston, you got the Milwaukee, and you got the Sixers. So that's your top 3. So they'll probably try to get it there. I think Siakam will help them out a lot, but I don't like it because they trade him within the conference. What the hell you thinking, Raptors? I don't understand you got the picks, but what the hell are you thinking? You sit the man that can still obviously take you guys out.
You're not wrong. Now, real quickly, before we talk about the NFL playoffs this weekend, want to give a longtime Bay Area icon her flowers as the longtime head coach of the Stanford Women's Cardinals basketball team, the legendary Tara Vanderveer ties Coach K for the all-time wins in NCAA history.
Let's go.
Tonight, her beloved number 8 Cardinals at the farm at Maples Pavilion beat Oregon 88-63, which puts her all-time tie with Coach K at 1,202 victories. Of course, Tara Vanderveer has been doing this on the farm for a very, very long time. Of course, the Stanford Cardinals women's program has been a top-tier women's program for a very, very long time. They have won national championships, Final Fours, Pac-10, Pac-12 championships. I mean, she has been doing it for a very, very, very long time. She has set the standard. I mean, you got her, you got Pat Summitt, you got C. Vivian Stringer, legendary women's coaches that have done this for a long time. Of course, can't forget about Gina Ariema, with what he's done for the UConn ladies. So wanted to give her due. Um, she has a chance on Sunday to be
Uh-oh.
the all-time leader when Stanford hosts the Oregon State Beavers. That's
Huh.
at 5 p.m. at Maples Pavilion. So, like I said, she has been doing this for 38 years on the farm at Stanford, where she has won 3 national championships for the Lady Cardinals, 26 regular season conference titles. Um, I mean, she even led them to a gold medal in the '96 Olympics. Um, she was a very big proponent of helping the WNBA get formed. So, I mean,
Yep.
she has been doing it for a very, very, very long time. So,
She'll be in the Hall of
shout out to
Fame.
the legend. Yes, shout out to the legendary Tara Vanderveer
Mm.
as she stands 1 win away from being the winningest coach in college basketball. And a shout out and a salute to her. Now, on to the main focus, the meat of the matter. Of course, we got 2 games starting this Sunday. But also, before we get to that, is the hoodie really going to go down south to the ATL as he has had his second interview with the Atlanta Falcons? Like, how, how does a guy like Bill Belichick fit into the dirty south of Atlanta, Georgia?
Well, he'll be the head honcho in that division. I mean, I believe he can outcoach Dennis Allen. He'll have to deal with Bryce Young. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody else. The Bucks. No, okay.
Well, I mean,
well, now. I mean, it could get interesting. It could work. The pressure wouldn't. The pressure won't be on him too much if he would have took the Chargers job. Whoever takes that Charger job, expectations are going to be high. Just coming in.
Well, true, because I mean, I don't know if the hoodie interviewed at Inglewood. I know Jim Harbaugh has, and I know
Yes.
they're also still trying to get a GM. Which
Yes.
again, I mean, if you're talking about the jobs that remain, which is the Titans, Commanders, Falcons, Chargers, and who else has a job opening? Let's see, Commanders, Titans, Falcons,
Yep.
Chargers.
Yep.
I think those are it. So there's 4
Seahawks.
4 openings.
Seahawks.
So there's 5 remaining. So I mean, realistically, if you're talking about which job looks particularly the sexiest, you would think, just looking on paper, you would think it would be the job in Inglewood with the Chargers because there is a lot of talent on this team.
Yes.
And the fact that you have a very good quarterback in Justin Herbert that you can have for a long, long time and be, hitched to him in the passenger seat with. But again, does Harbaugh want to take the job? And here's the thing with Harbaugh, and it's been well documented, it's been well known. Once he gets to year 4, that's when normally he starts to wear out his welcome. So is the Chargers prepared for that? Because having Harbaugh be long term is something you just don't see unless you're talking about his brother John, which he's been there for 16 years in Baltimore. And speaking of Baltimore, they kick off this. They kick off, 16 years, a long time. But speaking of Baltimore, they kick off the playoff portion at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time as the Ravens and the Texans get together. I'm telling you, man, C.J. Stroud versus Lamar Jackson, that could be special, and that could be some fireworks. Although, for the Ravens, not having their tight end Mark Andrews is going to be a huge blow for Baltimore. I definitely think they can overcome that, but JP has been high on the Texans. I'm still going to stick by what I said on our last show. I think Justin Tucker's going to walk it off because this just feels like a Justin Tucker walk it off type of a feel for me, and I'm still going to stick by that. But, however, will it shock me if the Texans pull off the upset? Absolutely, it will not shock me because the Texans are that good. But like I said, if both Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith are both getting sideline to sideline, that's going to be a problem for the Texans. Now, if the Texans can counter that, this man said Miners by 30. Good grief. Are you really picking the Texans, Hammer, or were you picking Baltimore? Because I don't know the Texans to be Miners. But you could be picking the J.R. Ewings. I don't know. But at the same time, as I have said before, historically speaking, when the Ravens have been the number one seed and have had home field, it has not bode well for them. So that could also rear its ugly head into the factor by in that particular game. But Lamar Jackson is focused. Lamar Jackson wants to win a Super Bowl so badly, and not to mention tomorrow they will be activating Dalvin Cook on the active roster. So now you'll have some fresh legs in the run game to complement Gus Edwards, which could play a really big factor in this football game tomorrow. But okay. Got it. Haven't even
understood
that though, Hammer. We're still talking about the Ravens and Texans, but I think the elements might play a part in Baltimore. It's supposed to be 20 degrees, I think. If I read, no, that was the Buffalo. That's the Bills and Chiefs game. It's supposed to be 20 degrees.
Well, there is snow in Baltimore, though. There is snow there, though.
Which Baltimore is a 9.5 favorite, and you are correct. It's supposed to be 28 degrees game time in Baltimore, Maryland at M&T Bank Stadium.
It's too cold. It's too cold.
Yeah, just a little bit for little too cold for my taste, but what do I know? I mean, you could get rain in Baltimore. I mean, you can get any kind of element you could possibly get. But what I'm saying is, when historically, when Baltimore has had home field, they have normally been one and done. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to play that part again tomorrow, but that is something to think about. But like I said, and I said the same thing about Jordan Love, is you can't get exactly my point. Hammer, you hit it right on the head, buddy. If CJ Stroud gets going early and he starts playing with confidence,
everybody's still in my segues.
A long afternoon. Right. But it's facts. If CJ Stroud comes in playing 100% facts, it is very hard. It is very hard. Thank you, Mama Blaze. Appreciate you. But if Stroud comes in playing confidently, like he has been the last few weeks,
indeed, yes.
And if Nico Collins is free down the field, that's going to be a problem. And not only that, if Devin Singletary continues to run the ball like he has been the last few weeks, and there's balance on both sides of the ball, that's going to be a huge problem for the Ravens. But on the flip side, if the Texans don't have a spot for Lamar, and Lamar is getting off by running and throwing the ball, that also could be a long problem for the Texans defense. So
I think Will Anderson to be the spy. I think Will Anderson to be the spy on Lamar. I think on certain situations, Will Anderson will be following Lamar. My take on this game. Go ahead.
No, Hammer, he's not on the IR. It's just when he came off injured reserve, Devin Singletary has been running the ball hard, and it's kind of hard not to stick with
Go with the
Singletary
hot
being the
hand.
hot hand in the run game.
Mhm.
Now, Damian
Mhm.
Pierce has contributed in the special teams because he took a kickoff return back for a touchdown a couple of weeks ago. I forgot against who. I think it was against the Browns in the regular season game before they played again in the playoffs. But
You might be right.
I mean, and of course, I'm a huge Damian Pierce fan, and he went to my
Yep.
rival. He's a Florida Gator, but I've been a fan of his since he was a Florida Gator.
Mhm.
But no, I just think it's been a mixture of he got off IR, but Devin Singletary has been running the ball well, and it's like you don't want to mess that up. And you're right, JP. Devin Singletary is definitely more than good enough to carry the load, and he, for the most part, he has carried that load this year for the Texans when Pierce was injured.
I mean, you should put him in the goal. He's good in the goal line situation. Most definitely.
He is.
Down there in the goal line, he's pretty darn good.
But I do think this could be where I think Dalton Schultz, the tight end, he might get off in a very good game because this feels like a game to where the tight
end too.
Yeah. I mean,
don't know why. I understand why Dallas let him go, but man, I mean, he was in Dallas, right? Am I correct? Dallas.
He was with the Cowboys. Yes. Yeah, he was with the Cowboys.
I don't know why Dallas. I understand why because they also have an excellent tight end there too. But
because Ferguson just came out of nowhere and balled out.
No, indeed. Indeed.
Which is the same reason why TJ Hawkinson is a Minnesota Viking, because you got Sam Laporta. So I mean, that very well could be, JP. You never know. That could happen.
Let's see. Wouldn't be surprised if Pierce gets traded. Yes. Let's see. We got Dallas sucked. They kept looking.
You're not wrong, buddy. You're not wrong.
Hey, JP, honestly, my wife asked the same question. She's been waking up every day asking, has he been fired? I've been like, no, they're going to keep him. And the cuss words that's been flying around the house when that happened, yeah, buddy. Cowboy fans are not happy about that trade. I mean, about keeping McCartney. Tell you about that for sure. Let's see.
No, they are not.
Hear me out. Well, two-headed monsters seem to always tend to work.
Hammer, you are nailing it tonight, buddy.
That's 100% facts. See what else we got. Jerry Jones. Well, look how long that he kept I say the only coach that he let go real fast, though. Well, he held on to freaking Garrett too long, too. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He tries to he wants continuity, but it just doesn't get better. Yes, he did. That's where I was getting at. He did keep Tony Romo way too long. Let's see. We got what's this? Thinking about this. They chose McCarthy over Belichick. I mean, but we all know how Belichick is. He hasn't won nothing since Tom Brady. That's why I don't know why these organizations are so hell-bent on trying to get him in there to be their head coach. He can't groom a quarterback. And he doesn't pick the right offensive coordinators to groom a quarterback. So I don't understand. What's the big stink about getting Belichick? My brother has said the stats many times. He doesn't win without Brady. Before he got to the Patriots, his record was under 500. He gets to the Patriots, and by God, if it wasn't for Drew Bledsoe getting baptized on the sideline, we will not have this what we call Tom Brady rule. So I'm not very high on Bill Belichick getting the job. Here
we go. The passion is about to come out. Here we go.
That's just I like that. Yes. bring the comments on. This is what I'm talking about. The interacting with the fans is great. But I don't see what the big deal about Belichick is. Do you?
Yes,
can you explain, bro? Can you explain what the big deal about him is?
You've heard what I've said. Like I said, basically
the stats.
He traded Bernie Kosar to a Super Bowl team to where Bernie Kosar got his ring. Then he got fired because Art Modell didn't want to take him to Baltimore to become the Ravens. So then you had to go back to being under Bill Parcells. Okay. When it comes to defensive scheme and stopping your team's best offensive player, he's a master at that. I will give him
Agreed.
that. I'm not going to say he's a leader of men because just the way he talks sometimes is just what are you saying? Like I said, Danny Amendola. That's true too. That's a very boy. Hammer is on point tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the thing. Danny Amendola said had the best quote. We work for Bill, but we play for Tom.
Yes.
And that pretty much just explains everything. That's not saying Bill can't be somewhat competitive, but maybe today's game he's lost his touch. I don't know. Because once Brady left, everything just went to. But then again, I said this on this show. I said, once Tom Brady leaves, don't be surprised if the Patriots go back to being sucky, because that's what they were for most of their history of their organization was sucky. But that's here nor there. And he asked for the link. He sent us text asking for the link, jumps in the comments and says link. Well, he is back again and looks like he had a little bit too much on his plate tonight. But our good friend and basketball insider and brother of the program, Steve Dogan, has joined us again. Tar Heel, how's it going?
I'm doing good. I didn't know if y'all were going to do a show
Steve,
tonight. Can you hear me?
He's talking. Yes, I can hear you. Continue to talk.
Well, yes, we can hear you.
I didn't know if it was going to be a show tonight.
Understand that Dub has like a 2 to 3 second delay, so I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, the winter storm's just fucking up everybody's internet. Huh?
Well, go for it, Steve. The floor is yours.
Oh, no. I see we were talking Raiders we were talking Cowgirls and them choosing whatever their coach over, Bill Belichick, and everybody has comments about it. And you guys were on point from what I was hearing. We all know Jerry Jones wasn't going to give up control, and Bill Belichick ain't going to like being controlled. That wasn't going to happen. Ain't no way. I mean, it'd be nice for Bill Belichick just to be a coach and not be a GM, but Bill Belichick been like, nah, I can't deal with that. So that was never going to happen.
Agreed.
I can't see Bill Belichick anywhere, maybe except the Chargers, but we already know what the Chargers are doing. They going with Jim Harbaugh. So Bill might need to take a year off and kind of lay out the scene and see what's happening. He got enough money, take a year off, see what comes up, and go from there.
Now, Steve, let me ask you this question because I know how there's a love affair between you and Atlanta, Georgia. And the hoodie just had his second interview with Atlanta. How can the hoodie fit down south in the ATL? Can you see that being a fit?
No, because Bill Belichick already proven something to us. You need a quarterback. And unless you plan on trading for someone, now I know the rumor mills is Russell Wilson or what's his name up in Minnesota. I mean, maybe Russell, but what's gonna tell you how long is that gonna work? Like, I don't see anything with Atlanta. I mean, I know what Atlanta's trying to do. They trying to get a big splash, get something else, it's and that, but I don't even think Atlanta even has a decent defense, is what Bill calls for. So what are you doing? Like, really, for Bill Belichick, the only thing I can see which is open right now is the Chargers, which would make sense unless somebody left, and I don't see anything else. So yeah. Ooh. Hi, Sarah. I haven't seen you in a long time. But yeah.
Love you too.
Yeah, Bill.
Love you too, Sarah Bear.
Yeah, yeah, for Bill, I don't see anything else.
Yep. He needs a quarterback.
Now, all right. Now to pinpoint. Earlier, we were talking about this great basketball game between the Celtics and the Nuggets. Thoughts on that game, which turned out to be a 2-point victory for the visiting team from Denver?
I caught like the second half of it. Very, very good game. It'd be nice. That was supposed to be the NBA Finals from last year. Whether it happens this year or not, I don't know. It was kind of weird because in Boston, Jason Tatum took over, and it was more of Jason Tatum ISO, and he was getting to the basket, and not a little movement. Denver, they kind of stuck to the pick and roll with Joker, and I can't think of the point guard name at the moment, but they did that 2-man game, which is fine, but you didn't see any other guys kind of move around, and I think that's where Denver kind of mess up. Use your 2-man.
Are you thinking about Jamal Murray?
Game. Yes, thank you, Jamal Murray. It's fine to use that pick and roll, but your thing for Denver, Jokic is good on finding people that cut. So do the pick, 2-man pick and roll, but other guys cut, move, do something else. But I also saw something else. Joker, you're good and everything, but the unicorn KP kind of showed a little bit of, I can slow you down a bit. I ain't gonna say stop you, but I can kind of slow you down. So it's very interesting how those teams will kind of play out if they make it to June. I saw a little more ISO with Boston than I needed to, even though I'm gonna say something that, forgive me, Tar Heel fans, I'm talking about a Dookie very well. I can't. This hurts me to say this. Tatum is showing something, but use the rest of your team because you've been in the league 10 years, aka trying to be like Kobe Bryant, and you do have the talent for that. Sorry, Tar Heels. I'm sorry about that. But it's what else can happen? I'll say that. Let me put my Tar Heel fandom aside. It was a very good game, and I would love to see, a 7-game series out of them with everybody healthy.
No.
I also noticed one other thing. If you look at the stats, I don't know what the final. One time I saw like 4 minutes of Jason Tatum 9 for 22. You weren't efficient. That's where the problem is. You were scoring 30 something, but you're 9 for 22. You weren't efficient. That's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people look at, oh, he scored 30, 35. Well, yeah, what was the shot distribution? If you take up 40 shots and you make 20 out of 40, of course you're going to make out a lot of points. How efficient were you with your shots? That's something
Mhm.
people get away from with your threes and everything else. Sorry, sorry, Raymond. Allen Iverson sometimes was good for that. Yeah, he scored 40, but how many shots did he take up? Like, come
Yeah.
on now, we got to be more efficient and stuff like that. So that's just something I kind of peeped a little bit.
Well, I know you're saying that, but Allen Iverson was the whole team. He had to take up those shots. Uh, Tatum doesn't really have to take up all those shots because he has a good supporting cast with him. But I do get the end a lot the where you were going with that one. But yeah, I don't. Tatum should he should use his team a little bit more. I totally agree with that one. What you say, Dub?
Um. Oh, Steve went out. Okay. I was gonna ask him about the Siakam trade, but when he gets back in, we'll ask him about that. But again, back to the Ravens and here he comes again. So as Steve comes back in, we think there he is.
I don't know what
So
happened.
Steve, let me ask
I
you
don't know
this.
what happened. I ain't got no winter storms. I just got cut out.
Technology happens. So Steve, let me ask you this. Did the Indiana Pacers give up too much to get Pascal Siakam?
No, because
And Steve leaves us again. Live TV, live show, folks. Anything can happen on
that's great.
during a live show.
That's awesome.
But hopefully Steve will come back and answer this question about the Siakam trade to the Indiana Pacers, as he now leaves the Raptors and tries to help the Pacers get to their first NBA Finals appearance in a very, very, very long time. But whatever avenue you're watching us from, be it on StreamYard, be it on our Facebook pages, Mizzles or Mines, or our YouTube page, or live on Instagram Live, we appreciate y'all for chiming in and watching and interacting with us because, like I said, we do this show for y'all. All right, so let's try this again, Steve. Are you there?
I'm here.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay, so Pacers.
The answer to your
give
question
up too much to get
no. No, because the Pacers ain't gonna get no free agents. This is how they get free agents.
Okay.
So what I'm reading on the Facebook page is that Jason Tatum lost the game down the stretch. He forgot he had a team on the court. So
Kobe.
That's all that.
Hammer, you got it. Hammer. Good grief.
Damn. Oh, damn.
That's how we feel, Hammer? Oh my goodness.
Oh, damn.
Like I said, Hammer.
Damn.
Hammer has been on one tonight.
Oh man, I love it.
He's been on one. Oh my. So, let me ask you this question.
Damn.
Steve.
Yeah, you might want to get that question in right now.
What is going? What? They got thrashed by the Brooklyn Nets tonight.
I didn't even watch that game. I turned to some Law and Order stuff.
Steve, if you can hear me,
what was the score?
The secondary team that you cheer for. What happened against the Brooklyn Nets tonight?
I don't know. I was watching Law and Order. I figured the Lakers had that one. They lost that shit.
Yes, they lost.
They lost 130 to 112.
God damn, yeah, at home. What the fuck? I can already tell. Braun may have been chilling. AD did his thing, and nobody else did anything else. If I look, just tell me if the box score is right. D'Angelo Russell probably shot 15, 20, and made 3 shots, and nobody else did shit.
Well, go ahead, Dub. Give him the box score. I think he might be looking
Let's
it
see
up.
if Steve is correct now of this particular game. Let us see.
Seems like there was defensive miscommunication. That's where we're getting.
There's always defensive miscommunication. No one knows how to play defense in the NBA.
That very true, Steve.
You're not
very
wrong.
true. That
You
is
are not
a factual
wrong.
statement there.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, Steve, D'Angelo Russell actually shot the ball well. He shot 7 of 14 from the floor and was 3 of 5 from 3.
Oh, he was efficient.
He was. Okay. So who fucked up? Austin Reeves?
It was
LeBron?
LeBron James that it was LeBron. It was LeBron. He was 4. Austin Reeves was 4-12, 0 of 6 from 3. LeBron shot 9 of 22 from the floor.
Ooh.
So there you go.
There it is. I knew somebody fucked up.
If you want to talk about
somebody wasn't efficient.
If you want to talk about guys that shot the ball, Mr. Glass shot the ball well. Prince was 3 of 7. Russell was 7 of 14. Actually, Mr. Vanderbilt was perfect. He was 5 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3 in 19 minutes and scored 12 points. But nonetheless, the Nets still won by 18, 130 to 112, simply because Mr. Cam Thomas scored 33 off the bench, shooting a whopping 13 of 18 from the floor shooting. So, I'm going to ask you this. Has Darvin Ham lost the team? Has he lost the locker room? And if so, does he need to be relieved of his duties?
No, that coach. I mean, I hate to say it, since Phil Jackson, every coach has had a problem kind of getting with that team. We all know the NBA is a players' league, and since LeBron got there, it's been a coaching carousel. It's hard to coach a superstar. Only a few coaches has ever been able to do it, and with LeBron, it really is hard. Because right now, every year since you got LeBron and AD, you got to fill everything around that, and you really don't have much capital to do anything else. And the Lakers, it's in their history. They do not develop talent or do anything else. They go for free agency, which is fine. It's LA. Everybody's gonna kind of go there. So this team, it went well last year, and it kind of picked up after the All-Star break. So you try to run it back, but at the same token, you need somebody else because it's LeBron and AD. You need a 3-and-D person. You need someone that can kind of create their shots on their own, but also know how to play off of somebody. Because LeBron and AD are going to get the basket. You need somebody that, hey, I can shoot from the 3, which is crazy how the NBA is, or I can still get the ball off a pick and roll and something and create my own shot off of that. And that's hard to find in the NBA because most of those people that want to create their own shots, they're used to having the ball in their hand. So the Lakers are always going to go through this because you have these 2 stars and everything. You gotta go off of that. You don't find the Robert Horrys anymore. You may a PJ Tucker would be fine over there, but they can't afford that. So the Lakers are kind of stuck with trying to find that third person, but don't have anything to trade for to get that person because you rightfully traded it all away when you got Russell Westbrook, and yeah, that didn't work out. When you try to get this other person or you got this, the Lakers are going to have to just by the skin of their teeth try to make this through. Maybe they get somebody, maybe not, but it's not the coach. Every coach there just got to kind of go with it. Frank Vogel was always in the hot seat till he won the championship in the bubble, and that gave him a year. Darvin Ham's kind of in the same boat. I don't even know if Darvin Ham was the first choice to be the coach there, but it worked out, and it's a players' league. Players control the coaches. That's always been like that. Unless you got someone like Phil, who can kind of dictate to all the other players, like, I got these much rings. Well, yeah, we also know you got these rings because you had Michael, Scotty, Shaq, Kobe, but it's still ain't no other coach got that cachet to say, you ain't getting rid of me over these players. Even Doc Rivers realized you ain't untouchable either. Phil realized I'm untouchable to a certain degree. I ain't getting back to coach. He went to New York, and I'm not going to be a coach. That's what you want me to be. That's what I'm not going to be. I'm going to be a GM and failed in that. Nobody, I hate to say it, y'all guys as coach is starting to feel the burn. Steve Kerr is on the kind of hot seat. Ty Lue is a good coach, and everybody knows it ain't Ty Lue's fault that he got superstars that don't want to play. All of a sudden, when you got superstars that now are forced to play, all of a sudden, wow, Kawhi Leonard, oh, you got to be on the court and keep playing all of a sudden? Oh, now you look like the player you thought you was. AD, all of a sudden, you ain't sitting out because you got a fucked up hangnail all of a sudden? Oh, now you can start playing. Oh, now we can see some stuff. It's amazing what I said with that little rule the NBA put in all of a sudden. Oh, you want to earn some all-star status? You want to earn this? You better play 65 games. All of a sudden, oh, you know what? I'm not that badly hurt out. I'll go ahead and play. I'll do this.
That's
yeah,
Kawhi.
We haven't heard
That's Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, we haven't heard a word from Kawhi. Oh, I'm pretty good because any other time Kawhi would like back to back. Oh, my knee hurts. Oh, 3 out of 4 games.
Yep.
Oh, my knee hurts. No, nowadays, oh, your knee ain't hurting that much anymore. Oh, now we see what the Clippers can actually be like. Oh, AD, you balling, doing all this? Oh, yeah, that's because AD hasn't been sitting out in any games because, oh, shit, I got hit upside the head. I got a busted lip. Oh, shit, I got to be out for 3 weeks. Yeah. Now you see what some players can actually do when they got to be forced to be on the court. So, sorry, that was a quick little tangent.
No, it was good because what I was going to come back with is LeBron James fed up with Darvin Ham. It ain't about, excuse me, if Darvin Ham lost the locker room. It's about what LeBron feels. If LeBron ain't feeling Darvin Ham, then guess what's going to happen?
Nah,
Darvin Ham going to be up out of here.
LeBron tried that last year, and the Lakers kind of kept with it. You know what LeBron always says, I'm not the GM. Boy, we know you the GM. But it getting to a point where, no, LeBron, you can't say that stuff anymore because we went your route. We went for Russell Westbrook. You told us to get him, and look what the hell happened. And because you decided to sit there and sign that contract, that fully guaranteed contract with no out clause, you sit your happy ass here and listen to what we say now. Because you didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. You've been trying to give the ball to AD and realize AD ain't the man. AD is as nice as a number one player, but wants to play second fiddle. All right, we know who he is. He wants all the glory, but none of the thing. So you stuck it with AD because you told us to get him. So you're going to ride this with AD. And you're going to just deal with it because you decided to sign that contract. If you didn't sign that contract, then you could have been just like Cleveland was. And I'm going to hold you hostage. But LA would look at you like, we ain't Cleveland. We superstars. We don't need you that much.
Well, like I said, if LeBron is fed up with you, you're out of there. That's pretty much it. Coach or player. We all know LeBron runs the Lakers. He's the coach and the GM. We know that.
He is, but guess what? He ain't got no leverage power anymore.
No,
you stuck here. You stuck here because you signed that contract beforehand. Okay, yeah, we gotta listen because we ain't got him signed. We don't know what we got. Oh, you signed that contract? There's no outs. It's a 4 years. You sit the fuck down now. You ain't got no voice anymore. Oh, you gonna retire?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Oh, you gonna retire? Okay, go ahead and retire. We still hold your right. So whenever you want to go try to play with your son, somebody go ahead and give us some dap. You ain't got as much power anymore because we all know you like living in LA too. It works for your business as well.
Oh, that's the only reason why we know he signed with LA because he wanted to be there for business wise. That was good.
Hey, rightfully so. I'd rather be in 100%. LA than in Cleveland either. Ain't nothing in Cleveland. I got my school. I promised to try to help the Cleveland area from LA. Yes, I promised to help Cleveland youth. I didn't say nothing about working with the Cavaliers. I said working with Akron. I got an I promise school out there, and I'm gonna make also those doctors and dentists and everything work in the Akron area. I can still do that in LA. I promise to help support you. I didn't promise nothing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. In fact, the promise I made to them when I got drafted, I fulfilled that promise by giving you a championship. Who knows when the next time you're going to see one, but I got you to 4 straight finals and got you one that I shouldn't even got because we all know I probably should have lost that. But I got you a championship. Long live that band.
100%.
He is not wrong. So, Steve,
Not
how
at
do you
all.
see the Ravens and the Texans tomorrow, or should I say later on today?
That's going to be a very interesting game. It should be the Ravens, but for bias's reason, maybe I want the Texans to win. Just to. I ain't gonna lie. Of course, I want every advantage the Niners can get. So if I ain't got to see the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and if we see the Ravens in the Super Bowl, we're gonna turn out the lights again. And I'm taking everything I can get to get my goddamn 6th ring. I don't give a damn. So if Lamar Jackson, I don't need your ass there. D'Amico, feel the faithful. We got love for you. Do what you got to do. The faithful is behind you. Take that boy out. And yes, I'm being biased. Now, if you want me to be truthful, yes, Lamar and the Ravens should beat up on the Texans. They should do all that. But I'm biased. I want my ring. Take that boy out. I already know we probably could have took him out without some damn tip balls and anything else. But just to make sure we ain't got to worry about that, DJ, do what you got to do. D'Amico, remember the Niner pride. Take him out. Do it well. You got the defense. Set it all up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, we're trying, Hammer. I know. It's been fucking 25, 26 years. We're trying to get this quest for the 6. Yes, we're working on it. Shit, damn it. We got there a couple times, except for some bullshit calls and fucked up quarterback plays and Hail Mary and some flutter shit that a defense should have knocked it down. We could have had 7 already, but god damn it, bullshit happens.
That it does. And speaking of our beloved team, in the nightcap at 5:15 p.m., it will be the Packers of Green Bay taking on the 49ers of Santa Clara at Gene Stadium at Great America at 5:15 p.m. on Fox. So obviously, Steve, the question is, how do you try to contain Jordan Love and make sure he doesn't go off like he did against the Cowboys last Sunday?
Same way we contain Aaron Rodgers' ass. Keep his ass on the goddamn bench. This is the same way. Look, the same way Aaron Rodgers tried to come up in there and couldn't do shit. Your ass sit on the bench. Our defense sack your ass. And guess what, Jordan Love, you learn like how Aaron Rodgers did. You don't win. I would say you learn like Brett Favre, but Brett Favre's got a couple of victories over us. So fuck him. Fuck you, Jordan Love. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. And fuck the goddamn Packers. You took some damn Super Bowls away from us as well. So sit your happy ass on the ground too, and maybe we'll just do what Colin Kaepernick did and just run over your damn ass. And maybe our quarterback ain't even got to do anything. With all that time y'all complain, oh, Colin Kaepernick only threw 10 passes. Well, what the fuck? If you can run all damn day, why the fuck I need to throw the ball? So that's what the fuck we gonna do. And the great post that you did, Dub, of Garrison Hurst, Kirsten McCaffrey's just gonna run. Debo gonna run. And Jordan Love, you sit your happy ass down and just look how our team does. Run. Defense, sit the fuck down and we keep it moving. That's how I personally see it. Once again, I'm biased. I'm a Niner fan. Not gonna lie.
Did you just doze off on live TV?
I think he had a heart attack. I was worried for a moment. I was like, "Doug, you okay?"
I had a moment.
That boy got he almost busted a nut just saw how well he just thought of all the runs. It's okay. We're gonna have a happy moment.
I was just saying Hammer has a very good point, which is a very true statement. Do not compare me to Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. We will not be doing that slander on this program. I do not be falling down and slipping on Air Force One like Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. You stop that, Hammer.
Yes. Yes.
Dadgummit, you will stop that.
Well, how I see this game going is I don't think the Niners defense is totally different from the Cowboys defense. So, and yes, that is true. The hardest working person don't show business. That's 110%. 110%. But I don't see the Packers just too much Niner defense. Just too much. Too much.
I will say this, that the Packers are a team we'll have to watch out for in about 2 or 3 years. Once again, did the same formula.
Yes.
We drafted young. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, you didn't want to be with us because we have all this young talent. Get your ass on. We'll do exactly what we did with you. Jordan Love sits here in 4 years. Now he's growing with this new team and everything else. They will be a problem in the future. Aaron, I don't understand why you didn't realize it. It's the same thing we did with Joe ass when Brett Favre was around. So he must have known, like, yeah, you about to boot me out, so I'm gonna try to make amends. The Packers the Packers might do something better than what we did. We got lucky with Joe to Steve, and Jeff was decent, but Jeff ain't the Hall of Famer. I don't know what Jordan Love's gonna be. Either he could be that next Jeff Garcia, where he's a decent one, or he might turn into that Hall of Famer. It's rare that teams got 3 Hall of Famers back to back to back. It's rare to get 2. I was like, we were lucky to get Joe to Steve. Not a lot of teams can even do that. So
true.
No, well, talk about
if you can name some, Dub, if you can name some that were back to back.
Well, here's what I say. Here's what I say to that. I'll even go further and say it was from John Brody to Montana, then to Steve, because people forget how good John Brody was in the 70s as an Niners quarterback. But and people forget how pretty doggone good Jeff Garcia was. I mean, yeah, he didn't have the longevity career as Steve and Joe did, but I mean, people keep forgetting that it was Jeff Garcia that led the greatest playoff comeback in NFC playoff history against the Giants. But the one thing the Niners cannot do is they cannot give Jordan Love the same confidence of throwing the ball the Cowboys defense did. Otherwise, Dobbs and Watson will possibly have the chance to eat, and that means open running game for Aaron Jones, because Aaron Jones, in a sense, set the pace for the Packers, which led to the play action game to where Love could just sit there, be in the pocket, and cook.
But your front is more stronger than Dallas's, man. Your front is a lot stronger.
I agree. Well, like I said, if
any concern that you should have, it should be your cornerbacks. Your cornerbacks should be your only concern. Your linebackers are stout, and your front is stout. Your secondary might be the only weakness of your defense.
That's not even much of a weakness anymore. No, right now our weakness, which I hope 3 weeks off kind of clean up, tackling. We got to get back to just basic tackling. If our front four can do the pressure, and just create that pressure and everything else, just with front four, everything else will kind of take care of itself. But we got to make sure to tackle. That kind of been our little weakness in the past few weeks, and I don't know if that's just because practice, whatever it was. Hopefully they kind of had enough time to kind of work on that. But yeah, if our front four can get to them without using a linebacker Greenwall, everybody else secondary is okay. I mean, they're a lot better than the past few years and everything, but you got people to get enough healthy and everything else where we should be able to kind of take care of it.
Well, they will not have Cleveland Farrell on Saturday. And right now, Dre Greenlaw is listed as questionable due to Achilles tendonitis. So that's going to be checked very carefully, because obviously without Dre Greenlaw, Fred Warner can't do what he does, just be sideline to sideline like those two guys are. I expect a lot of run game from McCaffrey, but I would hope they would mix it up with Elijah Mitchell and Jordan Mason. But I think this is a game, for me in particular, I think this is a game to where George Kittle might go off big, big in the pass game. Um, this just seems like his type of game. Um, as Mizzle used to say about another number 85, you find 85. Good things, good things normally happen. So I definitely would try to look for him. And of course, the run after catch. If Ayuk and Debo are both getting rack, that's normally a good sign for the Niners, not a good sign for the Packers. But I do think George Kittle is going to have a huge, huge, huge game. Like I said, the moment is not going to get to Purdy. It's not.
Nope.
He is as cool and as sound as you could possibly be. And I mean, I'm not going to say my team is going to blow out the Packers, but I think the Niners can easily fit in a 14 to 17 point win for sure, because I just think they'll just control the pace and make Green Bay play their type of game. All right, moving on to Sunday's matchups. Go ahead, Mizzle.
No, I was just saying I don't disagree with what you said there. That was pretty spot on there.
All right, moving on to Sundays in particulars. We have the Orchard Park Bills and Bills Mafia and tables on fire, going through tables in the snow. The Bills finally hosting a playoff game against Mahomes and the Chiefs. It'll be the second time they've met this season. Of course, the Bills went into KC and won by 3. Now, this is the game to where I've said for the Bills, they have no excuse, because you cried, you moan, you complain to anybody. And the NFL changed their rules on playoff rules in overtime to where now both teams can possess the ball, which I always feel like postseason, it should be sudden death, but that's just my 2 cents and me being an old school football fan. But what do I know?
Being old school. This is how we watch football growing up.
But what do I know? Anyhow, there's no more excuses for the Bills. You got the OT rules changed. You got the Chiefs on the road, and this is not the same offense that's been in years past. Yes, this has been the best Chiefs defense under this particular run, but also Ed Oliver for the Bills and Greg Rousseau for the Bills have been playing fantastically on the defensive side of the ball for the Bills. So I think that if there's balance with Josh Allen, and I think that there's balance with James Cook, if James Cook is running the ball with bounce and balance, that may free up the great matchup between L'Jarius Sneed and Stephon Diggs, because that's just going to be a fantastic one-on-one matchup to watch. But I think if the Bills don't get them now, they might not ever. So this might be the best opportunity for the Bills to get the better of the Chiefs on Sunday.
Dub, you said a lot, and you know what? That was all great. It really comes down to this. Hey, Kansas City wide receivers, you gonna catch a ball?
That too.
That really comes down. Patrick Mahomes, you know what Patrick's gonna do? He gonna throw you the ball. Taylor Swift boyfriend, you know what you usually have to do. The real question is, KC wide receivers, are you going to catch these balls that keep everything open and keep our offense on the field? Or are you going to do what you've been doing all year long, drop it? So now we're 3rd and long or 3 and out, and you're giving Josh Allen more time to do whatever it is. That's really the truth of all that. All that other stuff is great and true, but everything else really comes down to, hey, KC, you're going to catch the ball.
Well, I'll go and say this. All Buffalo has to do is put 8 in the box and stop Pacheco and threaten the receivers to catch the ball. Because they're going to try to establish that and then try to feed everything off Pacheco. But if they contain Pacheco, I don't see the Chiefs doing anything pretty spectacular, because, like you said, it's already cold out there, so they can't catch a cold. So I don't see them catching the football. So I honestly, and this is not even being a Raider fan or a bias, I can just see that the Orchard Park Bills are going to come in this game and they're going to be like, we should have won that game if we had more time. That's still in their brain. And they're going to try to, which can possibly cost them. But I believe that Bills Mafia and what they believe they can do is just going to be too much. And I believe this will be Andy Reid's last ride. And he will be leaving Buffalo with an L and retiring.
I think.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna get back to that, but I wanted to say one thing on the weather, because I will say this: Kansas City is not going to be affected by the Buffalo weather, because I feel like in Kansas City it gets colder. Buffalo just gets more snow, and it looks cold, but Kansas City's colder. Now hold up, Raymond, did you just say Andy Reid's about to call it a career?
There's been speculation. There's been speculations. It's been rumors that the Kansas City is preparing for him to retire after this year. So I'm not just saying that to just be saying that it's going on. And this is coming from some real good sources. I
know, y'all. You know what? I wouldn't expect that from him. I feel like he still has a little bit left, unless he's just like.
But what does he have to prove? What is there left for him to do? I mean, he's already showed what he can do. Maybe it's time for him to be grandfather and be at home with the wife. Maybe this could be a wife call.
Maybe he's trying to do Tom Brady. So want to see his beard getting frozen. That mustache got real cold. He was like, "What the hell am I standing out here doing this for?"
And yes, 65 is the retirement age, so that's where 65. It's time to get the pension plan.
Hey, but guess what? He can't say 65. Nick Saban went to 70. Bill Belichick still out there doing stuff. Pete Carroll was out there. 65. You still young boy.
But I believe that I think Andy Reid got more years than him though. You think about the Philadelphia years and then coming to the Chiefs. I think you combine those 2 years.
Bill already running 20-something years. Pete Carroll, he was at Seattle for a long time, not even coaching the time that
how long did Andy Reid stay at Philadelphia?
10.
And how long has he been with KC?
I mean, it's 10, 20. It's getting there. But you got to think, Pete also had his time over in New England and a little UFC. But I mean, I think both of them are both about 10 years. I'm gonna need you to time out,
Hammer. I'm gonna need you to time out for like 10 seconds.
That boy said, "Make that Andy."
You
call responsible too.
You go to time out. Damn it, Hammer, go to timeout. But just to jump back on it, so I think however this season goes, I believe Andy Reid was going to be calling it quits at the year, just by how I read the articles and how the sources are talking about it. So I believe, and this is where Kansas City should have put in Eric Bieniemy's contract, just like they did in New England. This would have been perfect for them. Now, granted, this fan right here is glad that's not happening, but that should be Eric Bieniemy's job right there. Just be a sports fan.
Yeah, because that's the first thing I think of. But if that's the case, Bill Belichick, why don't you hold off? Why are you still talking to Atlanta? Because if that's the rumor, Bill, why don't you go over to Kansas City, because you got everything set up. You got basically a Hall of Fame quarterback, and you got a defense on the rise. Fuck Atlanta. Oh, hold up. Andy's talking about leaving? Let me hold off until let me see what's going over there, because I'd definitely be like, yeah, let me talk to Kansas City. And maybe they doing that on the back channel. Maybe they just talked to Atlanta just to make it look good, and they just kind of waiting. But if I'm Bill, I'm like, oh, Andy thinking about leave? Oh, I'll definitely step in over there. Eric's probably like, yo, guys, remember me? I only went to Washington because I just need to prove something. Come on, call me back, yo. And I'm an African American. I look good on all the paperwork, everything. Call me back. I'm sorry. I ain't like Tyreek. I just needed my money. I needed to prove something. Call me back. Shit, you got me stuck over here with wannabe Carson Wentz and all this other shit. Then they traded my player. I love you, Kansas City. Please come me back. Please. I got love for you.
Great.
I got love for you, Eric. Eric, you did what you had to do. You rightfully did have to leave there because no one was trying to give you credit. Eric, you did right. I'm fucking around. Eric did have to leave to prove that he could be a play caller, even though Washington really did not help you out with that. But that's just called what happens when you have talent and no talent.
Well, I hope AP reaches out to Eric B and be like, let's come fuck this division up. That's one of the OCs that I hope that they interview. Why not come back into the division and just run it?
I feel bad if Eric has to be an OC again.
I do too. But if he's going to be an OC, just come to Vegas. Let's do it. Just stick it to KC twice a year.
You're not wrong, Hammer. Last game of the football slate for the divisional round. Again in Detroit, again on NBC, again in prime time. It is the Lions and the Buccaneers.
Man, this
all right,
game
Crown.
Gonna be fire.
All right,
game
Hammer.
Gonna be fire, man.
Tell me, Hammer, what does Reagan have to do to make Nancy proud?
Throat, go. Sorry.
Wow.
You know what Nancy used to do? Sorry.
Wow.
It's been proven. And with all the stories, I'm not saying anything that's wrong. Hollywood loved Nancy. I don't know how much they love Ronald, but Hollywood loved Nancy. Sorry, we were talking football. Go back to what y'all were talking about.
Well, Nancy and I are going to go back to our ranch and enjoy our vacation and be one with the horses. And thank you. And God bless America.
Oh, too big
Ronald
of a stage for the kitty cat.
Eating some jelly balls.
No.
Well,
sorry. Anyway,
again,
okay.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me it won't surprise me if the Buccaneers do win. It won't. But that crowd in Detroit is just going to be too doggone electric again to where I just can't see it. Like I said, we've been high on the Lions all year long. I'm not going to stop now just because they are playing a very good Tampa Bay team that's coming in playing with a lot of confidence. Baker Mayfield coming in playing with a lot of confidence. But there it is. Here we go. There it is. There's the name. There it is.
I'm debating over this because I don't know if I want to deal with Tampa Bay and all their blitzing, or just straight up see what Detroit really has with their defense. But I feel like if we get Tampa Bay, we should be able to. Their defense ain't gonna do anything, or I should say, their offense ain't gonna do anything against our defense. But all that constant blitzing could pose a little problem if our line ain't steady. But the problem is, if you want to blitz all day, somebody's gonna be open. I don't think y'all want that yet. Where Detroit's just something, I don't know what they are. They just a special year, and I love what Detroit is. But you know what? Do they got that dog in them? I don't know. They got that lion. I'm a Leo. I gotta kind of respect my lion heritage, but yeah, that one I don't know yet. I might just see how that game goes.
I'll break it down like this. The Lions and Niners match up pretty good. Both got kind of stout defenses. The Lions can bring you with the Niners have multiple running backs that can establish in the offense. We know Christian McCaffrey's a bell cow, but the Lions also feature two backs that can also get yards right there. They have pretty good receivers. They got a good tight end, and the defense plays very well. So I can see the Lions and the Niners matching up pretty well. It won't be a slugfest. It will be a slugfest in the trenches. I'll tell you that for sure. If that's the matchup. Hammer, I don't know if I'm gonna say that the stage is too big for the kiddies because their coach will have them prepared. Dan Campbell will have them men ready to play this football game. I see the Lions by 6 in this game. Reagan will have a good game, but I believe Hutchinson will be back there letting Baker Mayfield know it's going to be a long fucking game. And if Baker doesn't have the time, he ain't getting the ball to the receivers. So they need to establish the run game so they can back off, and then Baker Mayfield can cook off the play action bootleg. But if they're stopping the run game and Baker can't deliver, I think the Lions will get it by 6. And this ain't no hate, Raider hate stuff. This is just me being looking at how this game is going to be played. And of course, Ford Field is going to be electric again because they ain't had this in a long time, and so they're trying to get there. And honestly, I would like my NFC Championship game was the Niners and the Cowboys, but it seemed like the Cowboys decided to take a big fat shit on the pot. So the second best team that I said that will get there was the Lions. So I'm sticking with that since the Cowboys decided to just take a big fat L. So yeah, it'll be the Lions and Niners in the NFC Championship game to get to Vegas for the Lombardi Trophy.
And you're not wrong. I second that emotion. And that covers wild card division weekend.
I have nothing to get it. Let's see what happens.
I mean, they still play the game. That's why they play the game until the clock says 0. And whoever has or if you go into sudden death overtime, they still got to play the game. But from a bird's eye view, just looking at it, I just think that the matchup will be great to see what Dan Campbell can bring with his misfits against Kyle Shanahan's offense. And, Goff, I think Goff and Purdy are kind of, they have different styles, but it just seems like it's a good matchup. Laporta and Kittle, Bosa and Hutchinson. They got the Lions got good linebackers. The Niners got good linebackers.
Same Brown and Debo.
Exactly. Thank you. And then they got an Ayuk. I can't think of his name right now, but the Lions got a good another quarter or wide receiver. I'm just saying. So that would be wow. Bucks by 20. So you just saying they about to just go up in there and just run the whole house. I don't see the Bucks by 20.
I'm not saying I'm not. Well,
I don't know about that. I understand pure confidence in your team, pure confidence, but 20.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to blow them out by 20. I got the Lions winning in a close game just because that crowd, that atmosphere.
Well, of course you want that. You're a Bucks fan. Why would you not? You clearly know the Niners go scrape who do you guys playing again? The Packers? Yeah.
Packers.
They're going to take care of the Packers. Yeah. So of course you want that. You're a Bucks fan.
I just think that atmosphere in Detroit, seeing the downtown Detroit surrounding areas, and then just seeing the history of it. I
think it's their year, man. That's just where I'm at. I'm not going to go against what I've been preaching since this show started. I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
No. I mean, but see, that's the thing.
Wow.
I'm only speaking for me. I'm not speaking for me. I wouldn't consider that an easy road because no road is easy when you're trying to win that championship trophy that you're trying to win. But however, no team wants an easy road because you want to beat the team at their best with your best. That's just how that is. Now, granted, yes, you're not going to be the same exact, healthy squad that you started the season with, but you have enough to get by. But I just think that crowd in Detroit is going to will the Lions to another win and to their first NFC Championship game since the 1991 season.
Yep. I'm riding with the Lions. We've been riding with the Lions since this show started. I'm not going to change them.
Correct. We've been high on the Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes bandwagon, and why stop now? You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So they get taken out.
Steve, you look like you had a thought.
Nah, I mean this one, like I said, it's kind of hard to say. Like I said, Detroit. Yeah, you as an NFL fan, you want to see Detroit succeed. I just recently, like in the last few weeks, watched the little Barry Sanders thing. I think it was on Amazon.
Correct.
So
correct
just
on Prime.
talking
Yes.
about his career and everything. It's great. So yeah, you want Detroit to feel that pride and everything else, and it's great for them. Now, me as a Niner fan, I'm like, I'm glad we ain't got to go up to Detroit, even though it make it better because it's in a dome. But do I want to deal with Detroit, or of course, I'm a Niner fan. I want the easiest way to get to my damn Super Bowl. I've suffered 2 losses already. I want my damn ring. I don't give a damn how I get it. But as an NFL fan, yeah, Detroit is nice. Tampa Bay, hey, it's Baker Mayfield proved he is a NFL quarterback, and maybe 7 out of 10 times. Well, no, let me say 6 out of 10 times he is a starting NFL quarterback. You give him enough weapons, give him everything where you don't totally rely on him. He's doing okay. So that game is going to just be interesting, just to be interesting, just no stakes involved. But I have a little stake in it because I need to know who my team needs to go through to get to that damn Super Bowl. So
Exactly.
I hope both of y'all beat each other up, have some injuries where all y'all superstars are out for about 3 weeks, and I can get my goddamn road to where we're going to Vegas. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Vegas last year, but then I didn't go to Vegas last year because everybody bailed out on me. I ain't going to Vegas this year because I ain't paying for no $500 tickets. Dub, I know you went to the game, and it was probably $500 just because it was New Year's. Now it'll be $500 for damn nosebleed. So as much as I love Vegas and I would like to go there, I'm trying to see my Niners be in Vegas, and they already know the routine. They know where to stay. They know not to be on the strip. They know everything else. They're going to go into Vegas and handle business, and we're going to ride up into the Raiders Stadium and celebrate a damn win. And I know that will piss Raiders fans off even more because one of the hated rivals that ain't in the AFC West is celebrating a Super Bowl on their beautiful new ass stadium that they haven't even been able to do shit in. Yep, I'm talking it. I want it. That's how I love it, and that's what I want. I want us to be in
I hope
Vegas.
one of your players choke on the fucking mouthpiece.
Shut up. Let me have my moment. Damn it.
You already had it. Damn it. That's enough of that shit.
I'm coming in there talking.
That's about all I can fucking stand. Damn it.
Hey, you got your coach. Good job. Love it.
Damn right. Damn right.
He ain't feeling the Oakland vibe. He's more of the LA vibe. But hey, I get it. Y'all band together. It's all good.
A Raider is a fucking Raider. A Raider is a fucking Raider, Santa Clara. A Raider is a fucking Raider, Santa Clara. Still claiming to be playing in San Francisco. Don't hit me with that bullshit.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, don't worry.
Where we play.
Hey, actually, you're right. Because you know what? We got Frisco, we got Santa Clara, we got LA. We even kind of took over Arizona. We damn well took over Dallas already. So you're right.
So you mean you only got LA when y'all go play the Rams or sometimes the Chargers, right? Because y'all know when we go to LA, that shit's blacked out, bro.
Well, I'm talking about the Rams. Guess what? The Chargers are just a guest in the Rams house. It's supposed to be 100%. The Rams house, and every time we go there,
we can share the stadium. We can share the stadium. I mean,
you know what? You're probably right. You probably right. We both take over it at all times.
Yeah, we share
got a nice. Yeah,
little vacation spot, you know.
Yeah, nice.
I can go with that.
I feel you on that. I got it. We got to share these. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We helping them pay the bills, keep the lights on.
Got it.
Yeah, we helping them keep the lights on to pay the bills. You know, that's what we do.
Yeah,
come out there, you know,
buy
the hot dogs and shit, get liquored up because you know that's about all they doing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait! I can't even talk. I do know there are some.
That's blasphemy. There's a blasphemy in this statement right here.
Hold up. I was going to say this. At least I know there are some Ram fans that do show up. There are some Ram fans. I don't know what to say about the Chargers. I don't know if they're really Chargers fans. At least I can say there are some Ram fans out there.
They have no fans. They have no fans.
Hammer has been booted to the next show. Okay, he's already been in timeout once.
That's insane. Anyhow, we like to thank everybody for chiming in tonight on this 155th edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show. So just to recap, Vegas has their guy as head coach. Antonio Pierce is the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. That is made official today. Now just waiting on to see what they will do with Chap Kelly, who is pretty much in the running to become the GM, or perhaps go to the high office of football operations and another GM comes in. We also saw a tremendous game between the Nuggets and the Celtics in the NBA as the NBA's regular season continues to heat up. And like I said, you got 4 divisional games coming up this weekend. Of course, tomorrow kicks it off with the Ravens and the Texans at 1:30 p.m. You can catch that on ESPN, ABC, ESPN Plus. I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be a Manning cast. Of course, in the nightcap on Fox, it is the 49ers and the Packers meeting again in the postseason at Gene's Stadium at Great America as Orange Cassidy makes another nap appearance. And then, of course, Sunday we got the Bills and the Chiefs in Orchard Park, New York. And in the nightcap to close it out, or actually the first game will be the Buccaneers and the Lions. That'll be on NBC. And then in the nightcap on CBS with the Bills and the Chiefs. But special thanks to everyone in the comments. We appreciate y'all. Special thanks to our good friend and brother program, Mr. Steve Dogan, for coming in, what he does best. But more importantly than that, this is a very special weekend because somebody's birthday is coming up on Sunday. Wonder who that might be. Some guy I know that wears glasses and has braids, but nonetheless, thank you to all our subscribers. Don't forget to click, like, share, but more importantly, subscribe to the Mizzle and Dub Show's page. And we just gained a new subscriber by the end of the show. So thank you, new subscriber. We appreciate you more than you know. Like I said, we do this show for y'all. Indeed. But anyhow, this has been episode 155 of the Mizzle and Dub Show. We hope you enjoy the playoffs wherever you may be watching tomorrow. And we will be back tomorrow night, or should I say later on today, since it is technically the 20th. We'll be back later on today to recap Niners, Packers, and Ravens and Texans. So in the meantime, for Steve, for Mizzle, I'm Dub. We say thank you for watching, and as always, it's 5 o'clock, some damn where, and you've been watching the Mizzle Dub Show. You guys take care of yourself and each other. God bless.